Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're on chicken curry. So we've got everything all nicely measured out and sorted in advance. The reason I'm talking you through this is actually I think this is a really easy way to sort of cook yourselves at home, you know. So if you don't do this, if you're doing a dish like this, I think this is a lot sort of simpler. So I'm going to talk you through what I've got here. I've got a tablespoon and a half of curry powder. I've got a tablespoon of garam masala. I've got a tablespoon of ground cumin. I've got a tablespoon and a half of tomato puree, and I've got a tablespoon of peanut butter. I know it sounds a bit random. Any curry aficionados out there, please don't hate. What else have we got? We've also got 5 cloves of garlic. This is just sliced fairly finely. We've got a chilli, a red chilli, which has been sliced the same. I've got an onion, which has been finely diced. And I've got 150 mils here of chicken stock. So what we're going to do, we're going to put everything into the slow cooker. So I'm going to start off with the chicken stock. I've already got my slow cooker on. I've heated that in advance. So I'm cooking mine on high today. So I'm aiming to cook mine in sort of 3 to 4 hours on high. This will work really well on low as well. So you can cook this, I would say, somewhere around about the 7-hour mark on low. So I'm going to check mine after 3 hours on high. So in with my chicken stock, I'm going to put my onions, and I'm then going to put in my peanut butter, tomato puree and spices, and then my garlic and chili. And I'm just going to give this a stir through before adding the chicken thighs. So I've got a packet of chicken thighs here. As always, you know, buying from the local butcher, better for the local economy, better for the environment. I also know that in reality, a lot of people do buy from supermarkets. I've got here a pack, chicken thighs in a supermarket. I'm working on roughly 2 chicken thighs per person. So this curry's for 4 people. And I've got the chicken thighs I've got here are skin on. You can cook this skin on or skin off, whatever suits you best. I thought it might be worthwhile showing you how to take the skin off, like, because it is very, very simple to take the skin off of these thighs. So all I'm doing is I'm just looking for the flap on the skin here. And I just hold my knife against it, and the skin literally just peels off like this. This really is very easy. So I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do half of my thighs with skin on, and I'm going to do half of my thighs with skin off. You could also do this dish with boneless thighs, with chicken thigh fillets. That would work well as well. But I always prefer cooking my meat on the bone. I think you get a much better flavour, and I think it retains its moisture a lot better. There we are. And all I'm going to do is put my chicken thighs in with the onion, spice, etc. mix here, and then I'm going to give it a good stir through. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to come back to this in about 3 hours time and check on it. So my chicken curry, oh, that's smelling good. So this has been cooking out now for just under 3 hours, and what started off as quite dry, I guess because wasn't a lot of chicken stock in here. Now the moisture from the chicken, the moisture from the onions. Now we've got a lovely sort of curry sauce in here. The smell is fab. I'm just gonna have a wee check for seasoning and spice. Oh, that's delicious. That's absolutely perfect for me. Okay, so I'm going to leave this in the slow cooker, but I'm just going to turn him down. I'm just going to turn him down to low, and I'm going to cook some rice. This rice, I have to name check my wife, Jill. I'm embarrassed to say my wife had to teach me how to cook rice, but this is honestly the simplest, easiest, best way to cook rice. So we're on a basmati rice pilaf. All I've got here is a saucepan on the heat. I'm going to use about a dessert spoon of vegetable or sunflower oil. Now I'm going to add in some onion here. And I've got this on a high heat, and I'm just going to fry the onion. All I want to do is just soften this onion, give it a bit of colour. And this step is optional. You don't have to have onion in this in with your rice. If you don't like onion, don't put onion in. It's totally fine. If you weren't putting onion in, you'd go straight to putting rice in the pan with stock. Okay. Okay, so I've got, as always, I'm using a commercial induction hob here. It is very powerful, so this is perhaps cooking the onions a little bit quicker than it might for most. But I don't know if the cameras can see this. What I'm looking to do here is just soften these onions. So a little bit of colour on it, that's nice. I'm not looking to brown them though. I'm going to add a couple of bay leaves in here. If you had some cinnamon sticks to hand, I'd add a bit of cinnamon stick in. Cinnamon stick's very nice. Cumin seeds, mustard seeds, they work really well in here. So now I'm going to add my rice. So I'm working on the ratio of roughly about 75 grams of rice per person. So recipe, as always, is in the description. I think we're 300 grams of rice, and we've got equivalent of, I think, 525 mils of stock. So it's an exact sort of amount. You'll notice I've not washed my rice. I've not soaked it or anything like that. This is just the dry rice out of the packet. Okay. So all I've done is I've just stirred my basmati rice in with the oil, in with the onion, and I'm going to add my veg stock now. There we are. I'm going to give this a final stir, and then I'm turning the temperature down. All I want is a simmer, and I'm going to cover this. I'm going to cook it for 10 minutes, and we'll come back to it in 10 minutes. Okay. So here we are, 10 minutes later. This has been simmering for 10 minutes. And what I'm going to do, I'm turning the temperature off. All I'm going to do, give this a stir, sort of a bit of a fluff up. See all of the steam that's coming up. I'm covering this with a tea towel, just like so. So this is a clean tea towel. You really want to be using a clean tea towel here. You don't want anything that's been hanging around. So cover this with a clean tea towel. You could use kitchen roll. You could maybe use like a brand new J-cloth or something like that, but tea towel's best. And then I'm just going to half cover, just like this, with the lid, and I'm going to leave it for a further 10 minutes to steam. Okay, so here we are 10 minutes later. Rice has been steaming just under the tea towel. So residual heat that's been in the rice is just finishing the cook off there. Just going to give this another wee stir. And look, for plating up, all I'm doing is I'm just, you see all of the liquid has been absorbed here, so just fluffing this up. I've got a nice fluffy and nice smelling rice. So all I'm going to do, I'm just putting a bit of rice in a bowl. Give it a wee well inside. I'm gonna ladle my curry on the top, give it a couple of chicken thighs. There we are, some of these lovely, this lovely curry gravy here. We're gonna finish this with a little bit of yogurt. So a little bit of yogurt. There is a bit of heat in this curry, so for those of you who don't like it too spicy, you might want to think about the red chilli that I added. Maybe you don't have to put that chilli in, but there's certainly a bit of heat in there. For me, I think I like a good bit of heat, and I think that the yogurt and the rice will take the sting out of that. And look, I'm just finishing with some chopped fresh coriander. There we are, basmati rice pilaf with a slow cooked chicken thigh curry. Enjoy. Okay, so thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoy this, and as always, please comment, like, subscribe. It all helps the channel. We've noticed we've been getting quite a few comments from quite a few of you out there. So look, thank you for the comments. It's really, really helpful. We're taking some of your advice, some of your ideas and such like on board. But I think it's nice to hear that you guys are enjoying some of the stuff we're doing here. So thank you very much. All right, cheers.